During this presentation, I will be giving a live demonstration of Cuebric, followed by Lori showcasing how we are together building learning modules for all the students to experience the following and develop the necessary mindsets for them to be free enough to be curious and exploratory in their endeavors. So what you're seeing here is Cuebric. It's a browser-based tool, app.cuebric.com. As I have demonstrated earlier, the education version of Cuebric will be available 1st of September. I am here demonstrating the professional version of Cuebric. Okay, so you start working with Cuebric. Again, you do not need any hardware, very modest hardware, whatever the kids are using in the classrooms today. You only need an internet connection, which we all do. So you either start by creating a canvas or you drag and upload your own image. I would like to start by making my own canvas. Let's say Jason Explorations. Okay, great. So here is my canvas. I would like to start showcasing. So I will start by generating an image. I'm going to show you what it means, and then I'm going to in-paint it, then segment it, and make a small video out of that. So I want to show you what it means, different models. Cuebric, our tool, has created 5 proprietary models. 4 of them are cinematic that create, like, let's say that the student would like to see an empty 70s American diner. This is a diner, this is a diner, this is a diner, and this is a diner, but they all look different because it is designed to create different results, like abandoned factory on a field. This is more like romantic, warm colors. This is more moody, and this is animation. In order to demonstrate it in front of you, I would like to generate something that we are all familiar with, which is the White House. The White House in Washington, D.C. Okay, I'm going to generate it, and what I don't want to see is that I don't want to see a human because, you know, I'm going to add humans later. Human, girl, boy, person, woman, man. So in time, when you start working with a tool, just like any other tool, you become better at it, just like driving, you know? You don't become like a Formula One race driver out of the womb of your mother. You'll just learn how to use a tool. I wish I'm learning how to drive fast cars. That's another conversation for lunch. So in our classic model, we will be generating the White House. And then we will be generating in our moody model and then in our animation model for us to see the differences. The generation time is like around 15 seconds, which is, you know, pretty quick. So the tool gives us 4 different options. Which ones do you like? I like this one. No, this didn't work. But this is great. I like this one. Or I like this one. No, I like the magic hour. Okay. Now I'm going to generate the same prompt in Moody, in our other generation engine, just to showcase the differences of generation quality by way of style. And then together we will be building a project where I will show you advanced prompt generation settings and all the other AIs that Cuebric has. This one is more moody, more cold, as you can see. Yeah, I like this one. And then lastly, I would like to generate it in the style of animation. We call it the graphic model, but in short, it creates comic book-like, animation-like results. Oh, I like this one the most. Look at that. Isn't it so nice? Look at that. It's so nice. I love it. Okay, I am going to drop this endeavor because I want to start building a background with you as if like I'm the next director of Star Wars. So what we will start is that I'm going to generate futuristic yet ancient village in the desert. Okay. So what I have in mind is that, have you guys seen I would like to imagine like the future of Egypt, or like not pyramids but like desert, something like this, but I don't want to see it from the bird's eye. I want to see large like habitations, and I want to imagine in my creativity a mix between Tron, like cyberpunk, and something of like bringing like future and the past, like bringing the past of like sand habitations with the future of Tron. But the thing is, the first thing that I typed, which is futuristic yet ancient village in the desert, didn't really satisfy my curiosity. I don't like this. But it's okay, I know how to use Cuebric, so I will get there. Let me show you. Futuristic yet ancient village in the desert. What we are going to demonstrate here, it's called the art of prompting. Prompting is basically your capacity to drive a vehicle. It's your capacity to drive the engine of an AI. It's a quality, it's not impossible to learn, it's a quality that one can learn by way of like learning how to align your prompts, where to put your attention, how to use the advanced settings. But I will give you a demonstration of how you can start with an image like this and get exactly what you want at the end. Okay, now I want to write instead futuristic yet ancient village in the desert. I want to see wide angle, so wide angle, cinematic analog shot of a futuristic yet ancient village in the desert. And what I don't want to see is that there were some vehicles here. I don't want to see a vehicle. And what I want to do is that I want to go to my advanced settings. We will have separate sessions on how to teach you to use advanced settings, what does steps mean, what does sampling method mean, etc. But right now, I'm just going to keep it simple. In short, like if I were to give like a 1-minute explanation of what steps is like iterations. Steps, if you do 10 or 25, it's very low steps. Like, so the machine works like this. If you do 80, the machine works like that and tries to stick to your prompt better. So this is, oh, what happened? This is getting better, but I'm still not satisfied. I would like to have more like a Star Wars quality. I want to have dunes, like habitats much larger than just like a bird's eye view of what is there. So I'm going to improve my prompt. What I'm going to say, wide angle cinematic analog shot of a futuristic yet ancient village in the desert. I want to add natural light, small clouds on the sky. I want buildings blending ancient stone with futuristic metal, sandy streets, soft shadows, and serene atmosphere. This I like, and I want to change my advanced settings for the tool to stick to, because the lower the steps are, the more you give creativity to the machine. But this time, I want the machine to respect exactly what I say. So instead, I will do my steps 80, and I will do my CFG scales 8, and I will change my sampler method. In advanced prompt education that Jason Learning is preparing with Cuebric, we will, of course, teach you what is, like, we will teach you in depth what these things are. But by way of this prompt, we will see something much closer to what I have in mind, which is closer look of like bigger habitations that I can go ahead and turn into a mixture of, I would say, cyberpunk futuristic realities. Oh yeah, there you go. I had something like this in mind. Yes, perfect. I like this. What we can do is that of all these 4, this was what I had in mind the most. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have this, a new layer, added to my layers. But I will go ahead and generate this again with another seed. If you change the number of your seeds, you will do exactly what you were doing, but you will get completely different results. So you can, what is very nice is that in the creativity, generative AI creativity, you are the director and you have a worker, an assistant, that tirelessly working for you. Make more, make more, make more, make options. Oh, that's great. I like this. I like this too. Which one do I like? I actually like this one the most. Okay, perfect. Or this one. Let me see. Oh, this one's so cool. Okay, anyways, I will get here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to expand my canvas what I would love to do is that I would love to see this bazaar extended. So in Cuebric, if you want to extend your canvas and see more of to the left and to the right, you don't have to write anything. You just push generate. But if you, for example, if you were to want to add more like futuristic environments to the left and to the right, you can also write like futuristic environment or cyberpunk or whatever you want. But we will do that by using our AI brush by hand. Okay, great. Look at that. Quite believable, right? Yeah, this one works the best. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so what we're going to do is that the point of this exercise is to create a film background that is a product of our imagination, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take this habitation and I'm going to turn this into something futuristic. Why? Because my imagination says so. So what we're going to do is that we're going to write cyberpunk bazaar with ethnic details, stone and metal. Yep. Generate. Look at that. Isn't this amazing? It gave me exactly what I'm looking for. Look at that.
So if you don't like that, can you go back to what you had?
Yeah, sure. So cool and so fast, right? I like this. Do you like this? Oh man, I like them all. I like this. Well, according to my vision, I would love to turn this into a tent. So let's go. What I'm going to write is that I am going to write worn out tent. Ethnic design patterns. Yep. So what is very good at is that Cuebric is one of the only two tools in the market to let you work with AI in layers. And the other one is Photoshop. And Cuebric has 9 more AIs than Photoshop. So what is very nice is that you can ideate, you can make mistakes, you can go back, and you can do all these different AIs that we are demonstrating to you under one project. So what I would love to do is that I would love to see a camel here. So I just selected an area and I'm going to write a camel. Shall we write something else? Yeah, let us give him...
Lasers, now they're up.
With, sure, saddle pad and ethnic design patterns. I want it to look holistically complete. Okay, so a camel with saddle pad. So the thing is, you're working with AI. It's not a professional drawer. So it's only normal that here and there you get like camels that are not like ideal. It's fine. Let's hope that we get one so then we can demonstrate that if you iterate one more time, you can get another camel. Oh yeah, there you go. For example, this camel, its face didn't blend well with the background. But it's okay. The tool gives you other options and others blend better. Yeah, but it's only part, like you're working with AI. You're not working with humans. But there's always another one that, for example, this one blended very well, but this part, I don't like it. What I'm actually even gonna do is that I'm gonna delete this. So these parts for sure are the parts I want gone, right? So I'm gonna go back and generate empty desert and sand. Here you go. And then we're gonna start animating the scene, which is the fun stuff.
So like if your
Here you go.
camel's too big, can you, or too small, can you change his size or the tent sizes? Can you do that?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, let me show you. Let's make the size of our camel bigger.
Sand.
So I'm going to showcase you. Do we all know what segmentation means?
So
For those that are not familiar, segmentation is your capacity to take a flat image and turn it into different layers. And when you do that, you can, like she's asking us, we can also select an object and make it bigger. So Cuebric has two different AI-based segmentation techniques. One is object-based and the other one is depth-based. I'm going to first demonstrate the object-based and make a new layer out of the camel so that I can make it bigger. So we start selecting the camel. Here you have add to selection. So our tool selects different parts of this camel. Here you go. Okay, and then I make a cut. Now we have our camel, and we can click, and we can make him larger. Here you go. But then we have a hole here. So what we are going to do is that, what I want to see here is emptiness, empty desert, I would say sand. Let's stick to that. What we're going to do is that we're going to create a small and quick animation that started with simply an idea in our head, that turned into a flat image, that turned into an advanced flat image that reflects exactly what we have in our heads, and then it will turn into an animated flat image. Okay, great, fine, cool. Yeah, great. So what we will do is that we have this image. So what I'm going to do is that I would like to, in order to animate this, so we have this guy, right? Okay, great. It has its own layer. I will animate him. But what I would love to do is to have a different layer out of the background as well. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use our depth-based segmentation, just to show you. Sorry, here in this layer. So Cuebric understands the depth of an image. We're doing this for professional filmmakers because we are also turning two-dimensional images into 3D. At this level of education, it may be a bit too complex, but for those like advanced creative studies like you, just so you know, Cuebric is designed for filmmakers to jump between 2D and 3D. So if they have aptitude in 3D softwares like Unreal Engine or whatnot, Cuebric creates three-dimensional meshes, which we can give you like advanced like filmmaking education as well. But I'm just gonna stick to 2D because it's way simpler. So we have this slider, right? What the slider does, you can imagine it as a invisible rope that goes through the image. Like I'm here, and if you want to make a layer out of me, you can either cut me from here or you can cut me with the background. It's up to you. So let me show you. Here, by simply pulling and pushing a slider, I have isolated the front part of the image. It was very easy. I didn't have to take like by hand a lasso and select, like we do like old school, pre-AI, where we had to do a lot of handwork. Let's not imagine, right? Let's not forget that. You remember that comparison I made, like measurable, repetitive by hand, and humans being like visionaries? What we're demonstrating is exactly like that. Repetitive, tedious work of like taking a pen and like selecting this part of the image is in the past. So I am going to cut this here. Okay, and I'm going to fill in this part with, I'm going to delete this.
This.
And I am going to write here the sky.
Yeah.
Empty sky. So right now we have a backplate, which is the background. We have the foreground, which is the camel, and we have the middle ground, which is the bazaar. Okay, this guy will go front. So we have this, this, and this. And look what's going to happen.
What?
You have an animated still. So when the students are demonstrating a homework or making a point or writing a story, they can animate their stills.